everyone, it's Eunice with Little Girl Big Truck, and today I'm going to shoot a 20 tips and tricks for over-the-road drivers, well, for anyone. There's a lot more tips and tricks, so as I go and learn on the road, I'll probably post more videos on it. So yeah. Okay, so this is a common one and it's a knowledgeable one. When you're backing up, press your emergency lights on. It warns others that you're backing up. Obviously they hear the beep beep beep, but other drivers aren't paying attention, so that's a good one. I've seen multiple drivers that don't use it. So another thing with the emergency flashers, when you're going up a steep hill and you're heavy, put your emergency flashers on. Warn others behind you that you're going slow. It's very dangerous if you're going way too slow, because somebody with a light load can be going 50 while you're going 20, and that doesn't add up. Okay, so this is another trick that I myself had to use and I didn't know about it. So I got myself stuck in a little mud trying to park, and a driver came and helped me, and he said, put your inner axle lock on, and I did, and boom, I was out of there. I didn't know about it, so maybe it can help somebody else on the road that doesn't know about it, but inner axle lock, guys, it'll save your life. Okay, so speaking of drivers help drivers. I mean, this is not kind of a trick or tip, but if you see someone that needs help, help it. You know, I've been on the road for a couple of months now by myself, and I have had multiple drivers help me, and I'm not ashamed of it. And if I can help other drivers, I will. I know I'm very new at this, so it helps a lot if drivers who've been driving longer than me have come out and helped me figure out things like the inner axle lock or how to reverse park in some of these horrible parking spots. But you know, help your fellow drivers out. So another tip and trick is don't be rude. Just that, don't be rude. We got little cars being rude to us every day on the road, so there's no need for us to be rude. I've had a couple of instances where drivers were completely rude to me, you know, honking and cussing at me. And first of all, I'm a little girl, so I'm not going to get out of the truck, so you're just going to be yelling at air. So just, you know, look out for your drivers and don't be rude. There's no need for it, especially on the road. We're all doing the same job. We're all struggling the same amount, and we all want to go home too. Just don't be rude. So I was taught this by my trainer. He said, after you use the restroom and wash your hands, grab the paper towels and take you spare paper towels. With those spare paper towels, open every single door you go through. You know, as truck drivers, we go through many states, many restrooms, many truck stops, and we see a lot of disgusting things out there. So just grab you some paper towels and open those doors, and when you get in your truck, just throw it away. Everywhere you park, there's trash cans everywhere. So speaking of trash bags, if wherever you're parked does not have a trash can near you, or is not accessible, or if you're like me and you're super scared wherever you go and you gotta run in your truck no matter what, carry trash bags with you. These are Walmart bags. Carry Walmart bags with you. I take them out and hang them here, and I just throw away my trash there. So it helps out, especially if you don't like getting out of your truck as much as you want. And you know, once it's full, take it out, wrap it up, and throw it away in a trash can when you're able to. Okay, so this one's kind of an awkward one, but it's mostly for my women truckers out there. So if you're like me and it's 1 o'clock in the morning and you have to pee, you do not want to get out of your truck, especially if it's pitch black and you don't know who the heck is out there. I suggest you invest on a Shewee. I don't know what this is called, but I call it my Shewee. As you can tell, you already know how it works, but in order to clean it, you know, in the morning times when you go and brush your teeth in a gas station or you do something, pour water in it, and after you use it, use some baby wipes, and you're set to go. So another good thing, speaking of all that, is to keep spare toiletries. Toilet paper, baby wipes, tissues, everything. I have my tissues everywhere I go. I have baby wipes. I have makeup removing wipes. I have everything just in case. I don't like to get out of my truck after night, so yeah, I'm not saying the world is bad out there at night, but I'm not gonna risk it for any biscuits. Okay, so on this one, it's kind of a tips and tricks, especially for me. Keeps different pairs of shoes. I have these for muddies. For mud days, you can tell they're dirty. I've gone through a lot. I've washed them multiple times. These are good ones for basically any mud place that you go to. I know you guys know that if you guys stop at, you know, some shippers that have mud. I've been to some shippers where it's just a mud field. It's disgusting. And I'd rather not wear my nice shoes. So, I also have my comfortable shoes. These are also very gross, but in our profession is what happens. But these are my comfortable shoes. I use them to drive sometimes when my feet hurt. As you know, driving doesn't take a lot, but it does on your feet. And then I have my recreational shoes. They're pieces of crap, but they work for everything. They're my favorite pairs of shoes, and I've worn them to death. But I'd rather wear those out and about than anything else. Okay, so truckers know we get into a lot of places that are very dangerous, and some places are more dangerous than other places. And sometimes when I don't feel comfortable about where I parked, because sometimes you don't know where you get to park. Sometimes I park at some crappy gas station. It's the creepiest thing ever. So this is a tip and trick that I was taught in school. And nobody can get through unless they really wanted to, but they could break this, but still. Okay, so I've been in some instances where I just need to go to the restroom, so I pull up to the pump. Everyone does it. Pull up to the pump and there's someone in front of me, so I park behind them. I park behind them, go do my business, come back, and they're still parked at the pump. And I guess they're taking a 30-minute break, but it's gone on for 40 minutes already, so I'm stuck there. I'm completely stuck there. Tips and tricks with also not being rude: pull up after you're done fueling. It does not take much. Idle if you have to. Everybody knows this. Idle if you have to from where you're parked a couple feet forward. So just don't be rude. And if someone's done pumping behind you and you're still stuck, if you're taking a 30-minute break at the pump, don't do that. Just park. Just pull up after your pump, because some people just in and out, in and out, in and out. So just, yeah. Okay, so this is a common tell one. Everyone knows this. Everyone should know this. Be very cautious when you're walking by a truck. Yeah, so I personally, when my blinds are closed and I'm dumping something out, I just pull the window down, go through that, and dump it. So if you're walking by me and I throw water on you, it's not my fault. Be very cautious when walking by a trucker's window. And to add with that, be very cautious when you're walking between trucks, around trucks, or anywhere near trucks, especially at the fuel stations. In the fuel stations, a lot of them have to go. Some of them accidentally went over their time and they have to go, or they're in a rush, or someone's not stopping at the pump and they're pulling up to do what I told them to do. And if you're walking by there, dude, you gotta be careful. So just be very cautious. Don't think, oh, I'm a pedestrian, they're gonna see me. Sometimes it's pitch black. Sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's snowing, sometimes we're too freaking tired to even see you. So just be very cautious, especially at truck stops. Okay, so my fellow shorties, and I do mean people below 5 foot. If you want to clean your windshield and you don't reach, because some of them have really tiny sticks, open your hood. If you open your hood, it gives a lot more room for you to do it. Trust me. This is something I was taught, and this is something that I will never ever stop doing, because I'm too short for that. So my first week out, I almost hit a car. So if you think you're gonna hit it, get out and look. Get out and look 10 times, 20 times, 50 times. Look crazy as hell getting out and look. Get out and look. It's either that or you hit something. Be very safe out there, because you know, people are out to get big trucks. People are out here to get us. So get out and look. If you have an instinct that you're gonna hit it, you probably are. So just get out and look. And if you can't do it, reset. Everybody knows this. Start over. Doesn't matter if it takes you 40 minutes to park, 50 minutes to park. I've seen people take an hour and 30 minutes to park. The longest time it's taken me so far is about 50 minutes. So get out and look. So this is kind of a common one. Don't eat truck stop sushi or truck stop hard-boiled eggs. I did it. Not a fun thing, not a fun experience. Do not eat truck sushi. That's number one thing. Unless it has a sushi bar in it, which I highly doubt any of them do. Most of them have country fried foods for a reason. Okay, so another thing to add about food, be very careful where you get your chicken from. So my trainer, he told me a story about he ate fried chicken from a place that was well known for their fried chicken, and completely for a whole week straight was not a good idea. And as a truck driver, you know, being out of the road for a week straight is way too much. So he was on the road sick. He told me every time I try to get chicken anywhere, he said don't do it. He said don't risk it, and if you do risk it, just know you're going to be on the toilet multiple times. Hand sanitizer and soaps. I've been through multiple instances where I didn't put my gloves on. I was having to couple my trailer and my tractor back together, and I was in a rush and I was frustrated, so I didn't use my gloves, and my hands are completely just gross, greasy and gross. You know the gist. Carry hand sanitizer and carry soap. That day I had my hair soap, and I used my hair soap because it's the only soap I had. But from then on, I've had soaps with me, little tiny, the travel size soaps. Just bring those and a water bottle. That's how easy it is to wash your hands. And hand sanitizers for everywhere that you go and everything that you touch. As truck drivers, you touch everything. You go to shippers, you go to deliver, you go to their bathrooms, you do this, you do that. Hand sanitizers. One thing we do not like to do is be sick on the road, and you know this. Being sick on the road is not a fun thing, especially because you cannot come home. Okay, so another thing that I recommend, it's a tip and trick, is to invest in some padlocks. So if you know, some shippers don't like to give, seals. Some shippers don't do seals, which is fine. It's totally perfectly fine. But for instance, I came home for a day. It was through my route, and I had time to stop at home, but I didn't have a seal. So that meant my doors were completely open for people to just go in if they wanted to, which some people don't. But I'm saying, be careful what happens when you leave your truck, because once you leave your truck and you come back the next day, you don't know what happened during the night. So invest in some padlocks. There's some huge ones that people cannot get into. I have some. I'll show a picture of them later, but invest in some padlocks so then you don't have to stress about it. And also a big one, it happened to me, it will happen to everyone, it's a common mistake. Use it if the shipper doesn't have a seal, because your doors can fly open. I've had my door fly open on me once, and I caught it before the second time. I'm not a super great driver. I'm not super great at anything. I never claimed to be, but that's happened to me, and it can happen to anyone. So make sure you secure your load. Make sure you secure your doors. And if you can, invest in a padlock for that reason too. So guys, as you can see here, I'm on Google Maps. I'm using Google Maps to show you guys. This is a really good trick. I'm zooming in on satellite view, and you can see all the trucks. So a really good tip is, if you don't know which route you're taking, or if you don't know you should take this route, just zoom in on Google Maps satellite view, and you'll be able to see if any trucks have been through that path. I'm going through the roads, different roads, and you can see little trucks. And then even when you're going to a shipper, it's helpful with that too, to see how close you'd have to park and whatnot. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Hopefully these 20 tips and tricks were helpful for some of you guys. If you have any more to add, just drop it down in the comments below. Anyways, if you liked what you saw, just give me a like and a subscription, and post more videos for you guys later.